The 2026 Suzuki Jimny starts at around $28,000 here in the US through gray market importers. Suzuki has always been that scrappy Japanese brand that focuses on honest, capable machines instead of chasing luxury or massive sales numbers, and the Jimny carries that DNA perfectly. It's the spiritual successor to the old Samurai, but with modern touches that keep it relevant without watering down what makes it special. From the outside, the design is pure function-first cool. You've got the tall, boxy body, short overhangs, and that signature upright grille with fresh LED headlights and daytime running lights. The black plastic cladding and silver skid plate up front look tough without trying too hard. And the whole thing sits on 17-inch wheels wrapped in proper all-terrain rubber. It's small enough to feel playful but planted enough that you immediately want to point it at the nearest dirt road. Step inside and the cabin feels appropriately rugged. The materials are mostly hard-wearing plastics and fabrics in black and gray with some nice contrast stitching on the seats. The front seats are supportive for long drives, and visibility is outstanding thanks to the upright windshield and big side windows. In the back, it's snug, fine for kids or short trips, but adults will notice the tight legroom and upright seating position. Cargo space behind the rear seats is modest, though you can fold them flat and gain decent room for gear. The driving experience is where this thing separates itself from every crossover on the road. The ladder frame chassis and solid axles mean it articulates over obstacles like few vehicles in this size. Suzuki's ALLGRIP Pro system with low-range gearing and a locking center diff is genuinely impressive on trails. It just keeps going where softer SUVs give up. On pavement, it's lively around town, easy to maneuver in tight parking lots, and surprisingly stable at highway speeds. But the ride is firm and there's noticeable wind and road noise. It's not a quiet cruiser, and that's okay if you accept what you're buying. Under the hood sits the familiar 1.5-liter four-cylinder making about 102 horsepower and 130 newton-meters of torque. It's not quick. 0 to 60 takes roughly 11 seconds. But the torque comes on low and the gearing is spot on for off-road work. Fuel economy hovers around 22 to 25 miles per gallon combined, which is respectable for something this capable. You can get it with a 5-speed manual or 4-speed automatic. Most people seem to prefer the manual for that extra engagement. Technology has improved for 2026. The 9-inch touchscreen is responsive, supports Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and the digital instrument cluster in front of the driver is clear and modern. Climate controls are still simple knobs, which is a plus in my book. Safety features now include upgraded autonomous emergency braking with pedestrian detection, lane departure warning and prevention, adaptive cruise control on automatics, and a full complement of airbags. It's not going to win 5-star crash tests against heavier vehicles, but the added driver assists make daily driving feel more confident. Everyday practicality is one of those love it or hate it things. The turning circle is tiny, parking is effortless, and the high ground clearance plus short wheelbase mean you can hop curbs or navigate construction zones without worry. But the rear seats are best for occasional use. And if you're hauling a lot of stuff regularly, you'll want to look at something bigger. Fuel range is decent on a full tank, and maintenance is straightforward and cheap if you can find a knowledgeable indie shop. Look, the Jimny isn't perfect. Highway passing power is limited, the ride can feel bouncy on rough pavement, and because it's gray market in the States, you lose factory warranty and sometimes deal with registration headaches depending on your state. But those are small prices to pay for what you get in return. At the end of the day, the 2026 Suzuki Jimny is made for people who actually want to use a 4x4 the way it was intended. Weekend trail runners, overlanders on a budget, or anyone tired of heavy, soft-roading crossovers that look tough but fold on anything serious. It stands out in a segment full of pretend adventurers because it's the real deal. Lightweight, unbreakable, and genuinely fun without pretending to be something it's not. If that sounds like you, this little box on wheels is worth every bit of the effort to get one.